guess my first question is, what have you found to be like the most successful way in engaging customers when cold calling? Because like right now, I'm pretty much doing almost all cold calling.
Yeah.
And, I've done the route where I've driven like 5,000 miles in a month and dropped off at every in the state. I've done the thing where I've written 100 emails, and I've done I've tried calling in, and I'm just like wondering, because how I would compare it right now is I'm kind of like a baseball player where I'm changing my stance every time I go up to hit.
Yeah.
I have no confidence in what I'm doing because I'm not getting any feedback.
Okay. A couple of things. So if I'm in your shoes and you're looking to, and you're cold calling on somebody, is your primary objective or does your company give you certain objectives about like, this is what we expect from a cold call? Like, are you guys open to doing lunches, doing coffee meetings? Like, are they going to reimburse for that, or does that come out of your paycheck?
Yeah.
How does that work?
It would be, again, I guess the whole goal is to get meetings. However, we can make that happen. I mean, if it has to be through a lunch too, I'm sure we can't feed 150 people, but
sure.
If we can
got to be reasonable with it. Yeah.
The doc and his PAs and everything seems reasonable. Like, absolutely, they'll support that. So. Okay.
So your holdup is that a couple of things probably, but when you're cold calling, are you like, what is your response rate when you drop into an office? Is it 0 or is it like
0?
Zero.
So basically here, I'm up in Minnesota, and basically
here,
the front desk people have been very nice to me. They're like, thanks, but you can't see him. We're not going to let you go see him. With patients, and too, I don't want to take away patient time. I understand that's fair. So, it's been 0, I would say, to this point, where, they'll just smile and, we'll put it on his desk, and they say that, so. Anyways.
Okay, so I guess a couple of thoughts from my end, and I wish there was more science to this. I think it's more of an art, and the numbers are going to be what they're going to be. Like your success rate, especially if I'm hearing you correctly, your success rate of literally you walk into an office, you're going to be able to see the doctor that time is going to be more or less 0. And I've worked with guys who have said that the people that coached them originally would just walk in there and be like, hey, will you let Dr. So-and-so let him know that I'm here, and slide their card across, even without a meeting set. And they're just trying to be sneaky and or, somehow get in the door with them. And so then the front desk person just assumes oh, okay, I guess they got a meeting. So they walk back and tell the doctor. My thinking is that's a bad way to approach it. Long term, there's not many doctors that are going where that's going to land very well, I wouldn't think. So if I'm playing the odds of how frequently I would be able to get a meeting when I first walk in the door, it's essentially 0. So I don't even, when I walk in there, I'm not even trying to meet with the doctor when I walk into any office. No interest. And it's not that I wouldn't take it, and it's not that I don't get lucky sometimes. If you walk in and say, hey, I'm Colby with, Reliant Corporation, I have some information I want to drop off for Dr. So-and-so. Do they do meetings with reps? Sometimes they'll be like, oh, actually, let me see if he's available right now. That's 1 in 100. Maybe. So I'm not even going to try to play those odds. If I know that 99% of the time the answer is going to be he's busy with patients, then I don't want to give them an objection to me right up. I'm just handing them an objection.
For sure.
Essentially every single time I walk in, I'm like, hey, can I see Dr. So-and-so? They know, no, you can't. Even if he's open, they're just going to make something up. So I don't want to just hand them that, because even if you played out those numbers, let's say 1 out of 100, you get in and the doctor will see you. How many of those are you then going to convert into business and into sales, and they're using your product like that? The numbers are so low that it doesn't make sense to me to play those odds.
Absolutely.
So I would rather play the 99% and say, hey, I know he's busy. I'm not here to try to meet with him right now. I just want to know if he's open to meeting with reps, if he's open to seeing new products. That's what I would ask, because it's a much more open-ended question, and it's harder for them to say, no, Dr. So-and-so doesn't like to see new products. like that, like they're just admitting that, we got a hack back here that he never wants to see a new product ever. Like it's going to be hard for them to say no to that.
Yep.
So I would walk in, hey, my name's, Nick. I don't know myself. Sorry, guy. Hey, my name's Nick with, Exact Tech. We've got some new products on the market. Does Dr. So-and-so ever meet with reps to see new products? Like, that would be my question.
Yeah.
It's either yes or no.
Yeah.
And if it's yes, say, great, is that something that we could set up right now? Or some version of that. If they say no, I would politely be like, if you don't mind me asking, what does he do with new products? Like, does he ever take a look at new products, or is he so set in his ways that he doesn't want to see new products that come on the market? And they may say, yeah, he doesn't want to see new products. Like, in that worst case scenario, like you're never going to win with those, right? Like clearly going the cold call to the front desk lady is not going to be the option. So then I literally will, I walk out of the meeting, I pull up my Excel document, which is my CRM, and I make a note like, okay, this person doesn't meet with reps per front desk lady. I know that I'm going to use a different tactic. So I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I'm going to, use one of the online tools like IO is a website that you can plug in if you just take the URL of like their practice. So I don't think, do you need to say www anymore? I don't think. Just whatever it is, .com, .org, whatever. If you just take that and you plug it into hunter.io, it doesn't work for every account, but most of them, it'll give you what is the format of their emails. Okay. Associated with that, like URL. Because a lot of times the last part of the email is that URL or some version of it. So then I know that I'm just going to find a different tactic. Like I'm not going to get anywhere with them. I'll leave the information because like whatever, I'm there. I might as well try to. But like there's nothing you're going to say to the front desk person that's going to get you in the door with it. Yeah. Like, no, he never sees reps ever. Like, okay, all right. I'm just going to move the hell on to somebody else. Yeah. But, you're going to get some that'll be like, yeah, he does meet with reps. You need to leave us some information. Now, that is in many cases like worst case scenario. Not like it is from the perspective that you're like, is this doctor ever going to see this? Yeah. I wish I had a great answer for you on like, what do you say when, just leave some information. Like, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And he'll never see it, or they'll throw it right in the trash. That's why I typically will try to just put like a handwritten note in the front of like a manila folder. Because my thinking on that is it's a manila folder, and so it's not branded Exact Tech. So like if they see Exact Tech or Stryker or whatever, and it's not a company that they already work with, they're probably just going to throw it right in the trash, and or the staff up to that point are just going to throw it in the trash. Yeah, no doubt. So I take a manila folder, and the front of it, I just write essentially my 30-second pitch, so to speak, on why it would be worth his time or her time to take a look at whatever I have to sell, and then leave a brochure in there. Because I'm just hoping that if it does make it to their desk, which the way I think about it is, if they tell me, just leave some information, all I'm trying to do is get them to say to me, yes, I will leave it on their desk. Because ultimately I can't make them do it. But from a psychological standpoint, if you get a person to commit to doing something verbally, like to your face, it's a lot harder for them to be like, I'll leave it on his desk. And then you walk out the door and they throw it in the trash. Yeah. If you get them to respond like, no problem, I'll leave it with him, let him take a look, the likelihood of them actually just, okay, fine, I'll follow through and put it on his desk is going to be higher. Got it. So that's kind of why that's what I try to get them to say to me. Like, hey, just leave some information. I'll put it on his desk. Hey, that's great. I appreciate it. If you'll do me a favor, it would really mean a lot to me, or some version of, it's really important to me that you just leave it with him so he can take a look. Yeah, I'll do that, or something like that. Of course. And then the reason I do a manila folder is it lands on his desk. That might be like an important thing. That might be like an internal document that they have. I don't want I don't want necessarily a branded product brochure to sit on. Like, he's going to see that and be like, oh yeah, cool. Another rep stop by.
Yeah.
You know, like, even if it's the greatest product in the world, he's probably not going to look at it, or he's going to look at it like 3 years later. So if it's a manila folder, he's going to be like, well, what's inside? Like, let me at least look and see what it is. Maybe it's important, maybe not. He opens it up. Oh, it's a rep. Well, he's got a handwritten note in here that's only 3 sentences. Okay, I've got time to read 3 sentences. I'm not going to look through your 10-page brochure, but I might read 3 sentences. Like, that's how I think about it.